your business or a family business? Sorry, was just wondering.
Oh yes.
Julio.
So yeah, I mean it's mine. I started this on my own. I mean the reason I started this business was to pay car insurance because
Then he found out.
I did a lot of
Fuck.
a
Oh my
lot of
God.
sports and stuff, and my parents were like, I'm not gonna pay for car insurance. You gotta do it. You gotta work a job, whatever. Just make it happen. And then my dad's like, you gotta do a home service business. I mean, my parents have always worked for themselves, so they kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit. They're like, my dad's like, do a home service business, pressure washing, this or that. And we had that Ford F-150 just sitting around, and he's like, go pick up junk with that. And I did that for the first couple of months. First, we started with that, put walls on it, and then got a utility trailer, put walls on that, and we just hustled for like 6 months. And then I left the dealership with the Zuzu, and I mean, it just made
No,
sense
let's
because
stop right there. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Josiah, it's time to get deep. So,
Mhm.
how did you just walk out of the dealership with a
Yeah.
Zuzu? Were you co-signing? What? Let's get deep. This is not the regular show. We don't want to hurt your feelings. We just
Mhm.
want the real deal answer. So,
Like,
go.
are you curious on how I got there, like lead
No, no, no,
wise,
no,
or
no, no,
like
no,
how
no,
I
no, no.
actually
Meaning, like,
got
how do
started?
you
How,
go
Who
into a
signed the
place and buy
papers?
like a
yeah.
$90,000 truck being
Let me make
16
this
years
clear.
old?
Let me make this clear as possible. How did you walk in the dealership
Oh my
and say,
gosh.
I want a dump truck, an NPR, and how did that happen?
Well,
Not
first you
we know
you
how
go
you got there.
online, and I mean, I went online. I looked. The dealership was like in 2 hours away from me because I kind of live in the middle of nowhere. I found it online. I was like, I'm gonna go look at this. I went out there, looked at it. If you actually save money over like those 6 months, like I did, I mean, you can put a pretty decent down payment on it.
Hmm.
So had cash, went in there. Obviously, my parents co-signed it. I have
There
got
you go. There you
Yeah.
the
go.
down
There
payment
you go.
on
Okay.
there. And
Hmm.
then I fucking left the dealership with a badass Azuzi, and I was like, dude, this is
Yeah.
insane.
What
Do
do you
you
mean?
guys
There
hear
you
this,
go.
guys? Everybody in the chat, man. For those guys that are sitting around and they're wondering if they should get in junk removal and they've been hemming and
16-year-old
hawing,
is
thinking about
kicking your
financial.
ass.
His 16-year-old just went and did it. This is showing it, man. This is the
You
real
see,
deal here.
that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of questions we want to ask. And
Mhm.
thank you so much for answering that. You see how easy that was? You just lifted all that weight off, and everybody knows now, hey, he did it with a cosigner. It's okay
Well,
because you know why? He's getting that money.
well,
That's it.
now here's another question that I got going off of that.
Hit
What
him,
whose
Russ.
name did
Hit
you
him.
now here's the thing. Did the business buy it or did you buy it personally?
It was the business, of course.
Okay, so now what is the truck in your name personally or is it in the business name personally or is it in the business name? The
Or
title.
your folks' name.
Well, I mean, if you want to get like super into it, like,
I'm going to
Yes.
explain why. This is why I'm asking.
okay, yeah.
Who's liable?
No, no, not who's liable because he's 16. He doesn't understand that you have a personal credit score and you also have a business credit score. They're two separate things, okay?
Credit card, everything, different score.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know what a business. I have my own. I don't
Don't
like
get
actually
defensive.
have
Don't
my
get
own.
No,
defensive.
no,
Don't get defensive.
I didn't know if you knew that. But
Yeah,
so
no,
there's
no. I mean, if you wanna send me a message over Facebook, I can explain it a little bit more. I don't feel like super comfortable sharing it
no,
like
that's
I
fine.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Well, I'll just abbreviate then and just assume that if my 16-year-old son came to me and did this, this would be my advice. And if your dad ran a
Uh-huh.
business and service, this is probably what he told you. He probably told you to get the business to title the truck so that the business owns the truck with his signature on it,
Right.
and you're going to make the payments through the business. Now, that's great for you. The problem that
Yes.
you're going to have is you're 16, and because you're 16, you don't have any personal credit. There's no credit score on you really because you're too young. And when you go to these, they're going to require a shit ton of background paperwork and
Right.
can you prove your income and all that other stuff. So that's why the
So
dad had to do it. But the reason I asked that is if it was in your name personally, you don't get the credit for your business report. But if it's your business that has it, then it will report to, I think it's Bradstreet and Dunn is the business credit report.
uh-huh.
And so that will help you build the credit. So when you turn 18, you then, as the president, can sign for a credit card, get a rewards credit card, and then put all your dump fees on it because then you're going to make the percentage back on the dump fees Plus, a lot of people don't understand that rewards from credit cards are 100% tax free. So you
Right.
can literally make 5% or whatever the number is, and at the end of the year, just take a trip wherever the hell you want or pay
Yeah.
off your dump fees. But that was just me asking those questions because you are so young and so new. If your dad didn't explain it to you, I just wanted to explain it to you to put it
Oh
in
no,
a
I appreciate
business
that.
name.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and then the other thing too is because you're so new, I don't know what the purchase price is. You don't got to get into all that. But because you're new, you're going to have two options on that truck. You're going to have the option to do what they call as a Section 179 write off, which means that you can write off the entire purchase of the truck in year one, or you have the ability to depreciate it over the course of 5 years.
Right.
Because it's you and you're new, and likely you're not going to write anywhere near this year in business where you're going to show a $90,000 profit, you're going to take the write off over 5 years to reduce your taxes over the next 5 years. You're not going to
Debt
take
to
it in one year.
ratio.
Right. Whereas me, if I go out and I buy a new truck this year, I'm taking the whole 179 because I don't want to pay the tax on $80,000. So it's a different set where you are to me. But that was the only reason I asked the question.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't to put you down or to shit on your parade or anything. Like, dude,
So
I already
like,
told you the last time. I'll work with you 5 sessions, answer any questions you want. Just get a hold of me. And I always work with young kids and male or female who are trying to do it on their own because I think that college is a fucking scam, and I think that you could go out and do
agreed.
way more hustling, picking up shit out of people's houses than you ever will going to college to become a surgeon. I'm just
Yes, sir.
being just my honest.
And
Yeah.
Josiah, the more you get, the more hard work you put in, and the more people see you on social media and see you growing, and we're putting you out there right now, like the YouTube, the YouTube family, the YouTube University, everybody's seeing you right now. They may not see you right now, but they're gonna see it tomorrow, all week, or this or that, and we're gonna be showing clips and stuff. But the thing is that you gotta have, you know what I mean, alligator skin. And you can't get so frustrated when someone's
Yeah.
asking you a question. And if you don't feel comfortable answering things, it's okay to say it in a certain
Yeah,
way.
for sure.
But the questions are going to be coming. And just
Yeah. No.
prepare for those things in the most best way you can answer it without getting the back of your neck hairs standing up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm
I'm not
talking
trying to
about?
fight Russ or anything. No,
No,
I
no, for
appreciate it. He's
sure.
looking out for me.
For
You
sure.
got
No,
enough guys that want to do that.
No,
Yeah,
you know
I got
what I
enough
no,
mean?
people
he's
that want to arm wrestle me and fucking
This
fight me and box me and all
and
sorts
this is the content we're bringing to the people. This show, this is what we're doing. This is a gem, you guys. We got two gems on the show right now that you guys are hearing and seeing. I'm trying to tell you, there is so much more to come. Oh boy.
So we're gonna end this right here, man. I wanna give a little tease. So this Tuesday we have Russ coming on. It's gonna be 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. West Coast. I want everybody to tune in. You guys just seeing some of the knowledge he's got. I mean, get your questions ready. This guy really knows it. I am very impressed, bro. I was already impressed before, but some of the things that you're saying, you're touching on accounting, you're touching on so many other
Wow.
things,
Oh
not just
boy.
junk. Yeah, you're showing
dude,
your knowledge, man, and he
dude,
definitely
thank you for
piqued my
that
interest,
LSA.
man.
Yeah,
That was awesome. That's gonna save me some money.
yeah,
That's just straight up facts. I mean, if you just take out the low ticket shitty like mattress pickup
yeah.
stuff, that's gonna be really good for me. And Paul was saying, you know, at the end of the day, is LSA worth it? It depends on the market, and for me, it's like a solid three to 2.5x. So
Yeah.
it's what I'm gonna be doing.
Most Google ads, when you get into Google ads, I always, when I teach clients and when I talk to them, I always tell them that any ad spend you do should result in 5 to 7x on anything you spend. So if
Yeah.
you're going to spend 50, and I'll just tell you, my first year I spent $50,000 in advertising, I did 250. The
Okay.
second year I did 75,000 and I did 475. The third year I did 75,000 and I went to 750. And in the fourth year I did 100,000 and I was over $1 million in 4 years. So
Yeah.
I got lucky because I came out of it. I started it just before COVID. And what a lot of people don't understand is that COVID was a blessing for the junk removal companies. They don't, a lot of people who are getting into it now have no idea how more difficult it's going to be now than it is when the government is handing out $1,000 a week to everybody and everyone. When interest rates
Yeah.
on mortgages are 2% and everybody's moving to buy in a bigger house, their house they bought for 200 grand is now selling for 400. They can get a 2% mortgage and move to an $800,000 house. And so there was a ton of transactions moving and everything else. And then all of a sudden, fucking pancakes dipshit got in the office and decided that he didn't know what the fuck he was doing with the economy and just shot everything. You know, when interest rates go to 7% and housing stops, you're fucked. And the
So
problem is everybody gets on YouTube and sees all the guys that are successful and
Mhm.
oh, I can do that, and then they get out there and they're like, oh, I'm gonna buy a truck and a trailer, and 3 months in, they're like, fuck me, how is this look so great on TV? And it's not. It's more difficult now to start because you have way more people and the economy is dog shit and no
Saturated.
one's moving.
I'm
And so
curious.
yeah,
Is it possible to still get that like 10x return like right
down the
now?
road, down the road. Not now.
And I
In
No.
assume that's
time.
with like PPC campaign, right? Like a
Well,
Google PPC.
well, you can do. I mean, CPC. When you're talking about cost per click campaigns, you're going to end up spending most Google clicks are somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 to $50, depending on the keywords that they click.
Right.
And usually, it's about 25 to 30% will call you one time. So you're losing a lot of money. Don't get
Mhm.
into Google ads if you don't have. I don't know your market, but where I'm
Yeah.
at, I wouldn't even start without 3 to 4 grand a month.